What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, today's video is going to be a follow-up from my previous video on Carlee Russell. If you guys did not check out that video, I highly recommend doing so. I will give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the case within today's video. I know that this is like totally random for my channel, and it's like something that I never really talk about, but I was just so invested in this case that I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to know more. And then as soon as the suspicious details started coming out and I was like, whoa, this seems like it's made up, I was even invested more because I was like, this is just way too crazy. Do you know what I mean? I do want to say within my previous video, I was treading really lightly, obviously, because the investigation was just going on and some details had came out about her search history, and it did look a little suspicious, and the things that she was doing and the things that she was on like CCTV for, everything did look a little suspicious. But now it came out 100%. She did admit to making up this whole entire story, and I do want to say, I feel like that is so messed up, because come to find out that I did not even know in my previous video, they started a GoFundMe for her and she actually raised up to like $65,000. So many people are wondering, where's that money? Are they going to get a refund? I do have to say this. If I donated money to something that turned out to be fake, I would be like demanding my money back. I feel like that is so messed up and people should definitely get a refund. A lot of people online are saying that she should go to jail. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know anything about the judicial system, about any court hearings or anything. Like, I don't know these types of laws. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know about that. So I won't form an opinion on that. I do want to say this though. I was doing a little bit of reading about Jussie Smollett because a lot of you guys said her case seems similar to Jussie Smollett's, where he made up his whole assault. Come to find out that he actually did jail time, or he's doing jail time. I don't know exactly what it is, but he did go to jail or did jail time for making up his assault. So a lot of people are saying that she should go to jail too. I do want to say this though. The one thing that I'm dead set on is that everybody who donated money to her GoFundMe should get that money back. Like, that is just so messed up. So I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of a rundown of the full story so that way you guys know the details, as well as giving you guys the update about her coming clean and saying that she made this up. There is no exact reason as to why she made it up. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that she probably wanted attention. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe something was going on in her personal life that she didn't feel loved, she didn't feel cared for. So she like made this whole situation up to get some like attention. I really don't know, because it doesn't seem like it was made up to get donations. Do you know what I mean? It seemed like it was more so made up to get attention, because she was Googling things like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert and things like that. So obviously she kind of like wanted that attention. Do you know what I mean? If you want an Amber Alert put out on you, then maybe you want attention. Do you know what I mean? I do want to say this though before jumping into this video. Please don't ever do this. Like, really, like, I feel like this is so messed up, because there are literally thousands upon thousands of people out there who have been kidnapped or abducted. Do you know what I mean? That really need people's attention to help be found. And stories like this make it really hard for skeptics out there, because say for example, people are skeptical of people's story. As soon as they see something that's a little bit bizarre, a little bit crazy, they're gonna be like, nah, this is fake. And then they immediately check out and don't give any attention to it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like there are so many stories out there that genuinely need attention and they need help, obviously. But then cases like this really make you be like, oh, well, maybe that's fake and maybe that's fake. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's really unfortunate. I think that it sucks that she made this up. I don't know, y'all. I guess apparently she is asking for forgiveness right now, which obviously that's up to everybody. I do want to say the people that are directly affected by this, I feel like those are the ones that really would have to be giving her forgiveness. Like, y'all, if I donated money to that GoFundMe, you best believe like I'd be feeling some type of way, because I think that's so messed up. You're so invested in this case. You want to help out. So you dip into your bank and you send money over there to GoFundMe, and then come to find out that it's all fake. Like, I would be heated, but yeah. Anyways, we're going to be talking about that within today's video. I know this is so different for my channel, but I was just super invested in this case because the details were just really bizarre and seemed very like entertaining. Not entertaining, sorry, interesting. And I do want to say, I feel like Netflix might put together a docuseries about this, or a documentary, because this just is like way out of left field. The whole storyline of everything, it just seems so bizarre that it could be made into a good documentary. And I will be watching if so, because I'm just like mind blown by this whole thing, you know? So we're going to be talking about that within today's video. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Make sure you guys click down below. Head over to my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother. I upload new videos there every single Sunday, and then new shorts on every single Wednesday. So make sure you guys go show some love over there. I'd appreciate that. Let me not ramble, and let's go ahead and get into it. I love how it's like 100 degrees today, and I still got my beanie on, y'all. It's so crazy. When I was younger, I've been shaving my head, and I'm not kidding you. I've been shaving my head since I was 15 years old. And I never like was self-conscious about being bald. Like, I never was. And then the older I get, I am. I'm just like, So even when it's hot, I still have my beanie on. Not like out in the real world. Don't get me wrong. Like if I was going out, like I'm not gonna be wearing my beanie right now. You know what I mean? But on film, I am because y'all, I got a big old potato head. Anyways, I want to go ahead and read this to you guys right here. I did read this in my previous video, but this is pretty much a summary of what had happened, just in case you guys don't know the full story. So this is from the Hoover Police Department's, I want to say Facebook account. I think Hoover Police investigating missing person on 7/13/2023 at approximately 9:34 p.m. The Hoover 911 Center received a call from a 25-year-old female on I-459 South near mile marker 11 who reported she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. After calling 911, the caller stopped to check on the child and called a family member to report the same details. The family member lost contact with her, but the line remained open. Officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle and some of her belongings nearby, but were unable to find her or a child in the area. Hoover police have not received any other calls of someone missing a small child. Detectives are currently investigating this incident and are requesting the public's assistance to help locate the missing person. She is identified as Carlee Nicole Russell, a 25-year-old black female who is 5'4", 150 to 160 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes. Anyone who believes they have seen Russell or may have any information about the case is asked to call the detective. So that's pretty much like the rundown right there. She was reported missing on the 13th, and then she was returned back to home on the 15th, which only 2 days later. Now, I said in my previous video, in case you guys did not know, she returned home with money in her sock, which was like, y'all, this was one of the bizarre things to people because everyone was like, what? I saw so many TikToks about this as well, too. People were like, wait, you just got kidnapped, but then you were returned with money in your sock. Don't you think that it would, like, rob you? You know what I mean? But she came back with money. So it was like, everybody online was saying, like, did they give you a parting gift? You know what I mean? Which I kind of agreed with because I'm like, how do you come back home with money in your sock? Like, it's just kind of crazy to me, you know? But I did say in my previous video too, if you guys did not see the interview with the parents, I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I'm not a body language expert, but I do feel like I'm pretty good at picking up on, you know, people's gestures and things like that. I was watching the dad's face and I was like, he seems like he knows something. Like, he just looks like, oh damn, we're like in too deep now. Like, what do we do? Do you know what I mean? It just seemed a little suspicious to me, just the way that he was just, I don't know, his facial movements, you know what I mean? If you guys saw the interview, you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is what like all came to light right here, which had everybody furious online. So this is an update right here. It says the U.S. Secret Service was asked to assist in the investigation and they analyzed internet search results from the areas Russell was between July 11th and July 13th before her reported disappearance. Police said those search terms included the following terms: do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How to take money from a register without being caught? Birmingham bus station, one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, the movie Taken, and the maximum age of an Amber Alert. So obviously that right there was raising a lot of red flags and people are like, okay, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Why is this in your search history? Well, it all came out now. I'm going to be reading the article from TMZ that she made the whole thing up. Her lawyer actually did a press conference to say that she made it up. I do want to say, just based upon from what I was reading online, like I said, I obviously am no law expert. I don't know the laws. It seems like she's probably going to end up doing some jail time because she did a lot of wrongdoing here making that up. So this is what it says right here on TMZ. Carlee Russell admits to making up kidnapping story, apologizes to community. Carlee Russell's kidnapping story is a fictional one. She's now fessing up to it all being a big fat lie. And she's also apologizing to the community that rallied to search for her. Russell's attorney, Emery Anthony, released a statement to Hoover PD and the police chief read it Monday during a news conference. In part, Anthony's letter says, my client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. He continues, my client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client didn't have any help. This was a single act. My client was not with anyone or not at a hotel with anyone. My client apologizes for her actions, asks for prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, ask for forgiveness. I do want to say before moving on right here with the article, don't you guys kind of feel like maybe somebody else was in cahoots with this? Do you know what I mean? Being that she was like on the phone, or do you think like she just put on her acting skills to the max and whoever she was on the phone with, like she really played it like she got abducted? Do you know what I mean? because it almost kind of seemed like obviously she was on the phone for a reason, so that way that person could call 911. I don't know if maybe they were in on it too, or maybe she really did do some really good acting of like dropping her phone and screaming and like, you know, getting pretend snatched up. Do you know what I mean? Only because I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like somebody else was like involved in this. I don't know, unless she did a really good job of like faking it. Anyways, moving on right here. Russell's attorney did not elaborate further in his remarks about a possible motive for her fabrication. He is, however, meeting with HPD alongside his client to discuss next steps. Unclear if charges are going to be filed, Hoover PD says it's deferring to the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office on that front. Presumably, she could face serious punishment for this. A lot of money and resources went into the 48-hour-long search. As we reported, this saga has been questioned from the get-go. Some felt the facts of the case weren't adding up as the information started to seep out, especially when Carlee turned up out of nowhere on Saturday night with her family insisting she'd been abducted. The police also had its doubts, saying last week they were unable to confirm her kidnapping story or that a toddler was spotted on the side of the highway. There were a lot of other clues they say they stumbled upon, like suspicious searches for things like Amber Alerts and the movie Taken. Now the truth is out. We'll see if she's held accountable in a court of law. I do want to say I feel like it's really unfortunate. Y'all, I don't want to sit here and like wish anybody go to jail because, oh my gosh, I feel like that would be like traumatic in itself. But also at the same time too, I feel like this is really messed up towards the thousands, if not millions of people that were invested into this case. And on top of that too, like $65,000 being raised, like where's that money going to? Because I did see, I'm not mentioning it within this video because I don't know if it's factual, because I did see a tweet on Twitter, obviously, or now it's going to be called X, whatever it's called, that somebody had said that the money has not been returned. So I'm like, I don't know how GoFundMe goes about that. Like, I would personally think that, like, if I donated money to GoFundMe, they have my information, she'll just do like a refund. Do you know what I mean? But people did say on Twitter that they have not been refunded. Like I said, I don't know if that's true. That's why I'm not reading the full on tweets and everything within this video, because I'm like, I don't know if that's made up, y'all. You know what I mean? I don't want to put any false information out there. But if that's the truth, I'm like, no, everybody should get their money back. Like, where'd that money go? Do you know what I mean? Because whoever set up that GoFundMe, they either like cash it out, or if it's like still sitting there on GoFundMe, it could be returned. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, that is it for this story. I do want to say I feel like this is very unfortunate, and I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like this really sucks. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is going to take away from a lot of future stories or a lot of current stories. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to like be second questioning now, like, oh my God, is this really made up, or is it like really true? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it really sucks. So anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything down below. What do you guys think should happen to her? Should she go to jail? Should she just like be forgiven? I don't really know, y'all. I don't really have a comment on that. But make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.